Different, don't get bad. High difference of my winning. Show do good, not that swing. Yeah, I got nice vision. It doesn't make sense to me, dude.
Sean here, and Chance Wilkins can't keep relationships. We know that. I always have a rule of thumb. It's better to be wanted than needed. Your car can need a screw in the motor. Cause a little bit of rattling, but you're always asking, what's that sound? But you could keep driving the thing around. But if that noise is too loud, you want the screw that's missing and you put it in. I shouldn't have said screw. You guys are going to get all dirty-minded. And it'll quiet the noise. It'll make things better for you. And sometimes that's all people are, is something to quiet the noise, the bad stuff of life. But you don't want someone to say, I need you. You want them to say, I want you. Desire is so much stronger than necessity. But see, Chance needs nurturing. And he wants sexual shit, no matter from who. He wants that sweet spot where he's nurtured and getting all the sex he could ever want. Because right now he's going to die a virgin. He's impregnated his mattress in that quote-unquote bullet hole of his so many times now. He's dating a bedbug. This 40-year-old toddler starts relationships, and this is why he probably has a different view from the rest of us, because all of his relationships guaranteed started out of pity, except for when maybe he was young. And the other kids don't care. You're just playing, right? Kids don't care what you look like. As long as you can have a good time. I used to take my son to Sky Zone. He would find a friend immediately. Didn't matter who they were, nationality, religion, whatever. As long as they were having a good time, they were partners for the day. But as Chance got older, and his emotions and his behavior became baggage, that's a lot to take on. Especially if you're trying to live a successful life and surround yourself with successful people. Taking on a little goblin like this would be almost impossible. He wants you in his life so bad, but only for his purposes. He doesn't want you to say things that he doesn't like. He wants you to affirm everything he does, confirm that he is living exactly like he should be, that he's not normal, he's special. And not special in the way that we know him, but he's special. He's the chosen one. Main character syndrome. He will quickly try to write himself as the main character in your life. The dude takes in so much unnecessary and pointless information. If you're in his life, he'll look you up, your wife up, her sister up, her daughter up, and cousin. And if there's anything negative in there, he will store it away in that tiny little data bank he has up there, that 1 meg data bank. How many times have we heard, and that's why, N-word, boy, where you glory hole, you're doing this or that, and you're dating a high schooler. And Marty, you're a drug addict, and that's why you had your kids taken away, and that's why this, you hear all that said to everybody. He knows every little detail. Well, take that back. Every detail that he believes is true that he can use against you. How many times have we heard, White Bowser, Anaconda said, blah, 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 blah. Everybody else's issues but his own. So that if you ever bring anything up about him, he can say, oh yeah? Well, why's your sister doing this? She's on crack. What does my sister or brother have to do with you, Chance? We're talking about the fact that I've known you for an hour. This would be a female. I've known you for an hour and you sent your Johnson to me 72 times, you 40-year-old toddler. Even if the accusations were, let me tell you this. Jake, look at Security Jake, the hammer to Cyraxx's nail. Security Jake was supposed to be his best friend. And Cyraxx was supposed to be loyal to him till the end, and Jake, they would never be separated. All it took was a little adversity, and Jake said, peace out. That's not what best friends do, Chancey Poo. Best friends know you. Usually they know your extracurricular activities. They know who you are and what you stand for. Now, yes, there are cases where people found out their friend was a serial killer. But what I mean is, they're not going to immediately separate from you because of a little adversity or a challenge. Wouldn't they lean on you, Cyraxx? Wouldn't they talk to you about everything? They wouldn't just cut off communication? You'll never understand that, Chancey Poo. All of his relationships started out of pity. You know they did. Guaranteed. So he received all the bad attention that you could possibly get. Even though pity is nice, sympathy, right? But I think pity is what Chance received. So all of his relationships have been with people who are like, poor little Chancey Poo. And he's just used that as a crutch to get away with everything that he wants. Well, you know, special needs. And then he would launch into the whole, I was born with 1 kidney, 1.5 lungs, 1% chance to survive. And here I am, a living survivor. Pass this story around to every news station across the world. Good God, man. But once the pity goes away and it doesn't work anymore, he switches tactics and goes to rage, guilt, gaslighting. He tries to do all of this garbage. Rather than just act like a normal human being, he takes it to the edge. Instead of pulling back, he just immediately freaks out. He's the kind of guy that will make things terrible. And once it gets to the point where he's crossed the line, that's when he explodes. Or I'll change, I'll do whatever you want, I promise. He gets in the bargaining phase. He's never had a solid relationship, not even with Sally. He gets all the, sympathy or pity and nurturing from Sally. I mean, she even took him on because of that. Poor little Chancey Poo. I'm going to name him Chance. And here she is with a 4-year-old toddler coming up to her, Mom, diarrhea all over the place. I don't know about the rest of you, but if I ever crapped myself, the last thing I would do is go and tell another human soul. Since I did good, and I'm not crying, can I have some B-Bucks? Since I didn't cry when they gave me a shot at the doctor, Mommy, can I have some B-Bucks? That is Chancey Poo at his age. He hates. Ed takes away from the attention on him from Sally. So I'm sure he hates Ed. Every woman is a sex object, which is why we know that he looked up Sally Wilkins' nudes. I don't think it would take much if you told Chance that, and you baked the proof really well. You said, hey man, your grandmother used to be a hot porn star, dude, when she was younger. His search history would be full of Sally Wilkins and everything under the sun. The enabler of this little goblin. Speaking of enabler, there's no way I could be a friend to Cyraxx because of all of his, not just his deviancy, right? Not just what he's done with minors and things like that. Because I have enough stress in my own life that I have to handle. I have enough issues of my own, and I have enough difficult people to deal with. You can't have friends that act the same as your enemies. At least toxic people. You can't be friends with a toxic person. There's just no way. And whether people want to admit it or not, they're toxic to someone. May not have found them yet, but they'll be toxic to someone. Chance is the most toxic human being on the face of the planet. The way he talks to people, the way he acts, the way if he doesn't get what he wants, he just flips out. Prime example is when he had the fake record label and they told him he was unmanageable. Now, rather than stop and ask more detailed questions and try to figure out, okay, you sold my contract, what do I do now? How can I? He just immediately goes to screaming. So if Chance did something, which we know he would to you, and you confronted him about it, he would lose it. Now, if you had a mutual friend, oh my God, he's going to try to, weasel his way into that person's life as well. And he's going to want to talk about you. This is his pattern. Go find everybody on the playing field and sack them. Just blitz them all. That's him. And he could. He could. Think about it. Say you have a compassionate friend, and you and him get in a fight, and he contacts you. I think I've really messed up with Todd. I'm so sorry to bother you. You know, I was born with one kidney. And then he'd go into that whole thing about special needs, and I just really want to salvage the relationship. What can I do? Oh, you're a female? Oh, well, just in case, here's a picture of my wang. Nobody would be safe on social media. And it would probably be a good idea, if you're ever going to be a buddy troll, to not have anything associated with yourself online unless it's all fake, because you know he's going to go for it. He's going to try to get everything. He's going to want to talk to your mommy and daddy because he assumes they still control your life like Sally does his. Mom, come over here and tell him to stop bothering me. I couldn't be friends with somebody who didn't have a job, because guess what? You like that, Chance? Because guess what? You can't go out to dinner. You can't do anything unless you have the money to pay. You can't go to a movie unless you have the money to pay. Chance has nothing, will never have anything. As far as I'm concerned, he needs to be somewhere where they provide him a place to sleep and meals. He should never have any spending money whatsoever. I don't care if it's a little concrete cube out in the middle of nowhere and it's the Salvation Army or somebody that feeds him once a day. No one should ever give this little dude money, ever. Look at what happened. He got like a gift, a sympathy gift from another streamer of like $114 or whatever dollar. I don't even give a shit. But from that day forward, he was now a successful streamer making $150 a day, which I think after taxes would probably end up being a year, if that were true, 7 days a week, $150 a day, it'd probably be like $36,000. But yet he's a millionaire, boys. He's a millionaire. But never give him money. Never offer for him to stay at your house. I don't know if you're young and you've never actually had somebody you've never let anybody stay at your house. It's almost impossible to get them out. I stayed with my sister once after the divorce, and I wanted to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. I saved up money, boom, got my own place, because I knew it was a burden on her. I knew she was angry, or not angry, frustrated, because even if you love somebody, if your home is disrupted, the stress of your spouse even mentioning that would probably be overwhelming. I've had someone stay at my house once, and it was someone I trusted. And they got out when they could, because they were just going from friend to friend until they could find, because they knew you stay too long, you become a nuisance, and you might just get complacent. Well, can I pay you rent? Whatever. But you'd never have Chance over at your house, ever. Never, ever, ever. He would never leave. He's the kind of goblin that you'd leave, he'd clean one time. When you told him to leave a month later, well, I've been cleaning your house every day. You don't give him money. Don't let him stay at your house. You shouldn't be friends with him anyway. He should never know anything personal about you, because if he does, he's going to use it against you. Anybody who finds out that you're a friend with him is immediately going to try to warn you or fuck with you, and you just need to not do it. Don't touch the poop. Don't be the fly that lands on the poop, raises their hands and says, how the hell did this get here? Wipes it off, puts it back on the poop, and repeats. Don't be the fly. Breakups, and then I'm done talking about this 40-year-old toddler. Breakups to him are simple, I moved away. He would take that as such a slight. He would think that you're just the most evil person. But if you did it in a clean way, you'd be his best friend. My best friend out there who lives at 23 Maple Street in Oakland, California, in a pink house. They have a white car, and here's a license plate number, because they dox everybody instantly. But say you just had enough with him. You're like, Chance, I can't deal with your screaming and yelling anymore. I tried to be your friend. It would be the messiest breakup. And as I said, all of your relatives would be involved. It would be an online blog every day from him coming out. And it would just get more and more delusional as it went. And all you'd want to do is live your life. And God help you if somebody came across one of these videos and figured out it was you. Having that shared around work. How would you like that? I damn sure wouldn't. And I'm going to say one more thing. And the number one thing you'd have to worry about besides Chance, is Sally. Sally would try to guilt you into letting him move in, renting an apartment. Can you just help me out? We're trying to get him into society. If he could just get out of the house, I think it would be wonderful. Just let him live with you for a little bit, get out on his own, really make some things happen. Maybe you could help him get a job. Oh, we'll pay you for it. Ed's got some money coming in a couple months. We'll pay you for it. Or whatever con they would run. They'd get Chance out of the house. At this point, I wonder if Sally would lock the door if Chance was ever moved out. I wonder if she'd lock the door. I doubt it, because he'd be crying on the, Mom, I'm scared. Chance is such a garbage human being. Sally would be all over you. So would Ed. They'd smile at you and be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, he's so excited about this. Oh, he is so excited at the thought of it. Are you going to do it? You're going to do it, right? Are you going to do it? But you already heard my advice. Never let that happen. Sally would be so desperate for you to take him out, get him, because she fucking failed. She's a piece of shit, just like Chance. She failed at getting him ready for life, so maybe somebody else can get him ready for life. Look at the way she talked to Taylor, I think it was. Look at the way she talked to Taylor and how, oh, he doesn't have his license. Oh, that whole thing was a misunderstanding. Yeah, I mean, he didn't really choke me. He didn't really assault me multiple times. He would never do that. Please take him away. There is no scenario where it works out, and I hope nobody ever really truly tries to become his friend. He needs help, and no one is qualified to give it to him. None of the trolls. No one. He can't take a punch to the face and learn. He can't get beat up by Marty and learn. He can't get trolled into the ground, humiliated, and learn. He's going to have to be forced into that little concrete cube with one meal a day and limited contact with the outside world. So yeah, never start a relationship with this goblin. I'll see you in the next one.
Hey, it doesn't make sense to me, dude.
It's different. Don't get bad. High difference on my winning. Show do good knives I swing. Yeah, I got knife vision. Don't my family, don't my brothers.